Peace, family. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye coming to you once again, on time as usual, every Saturday. I will be presenting to you a video on different topics that are very essential, very necessary for us to be aware of. You know, I'd like to present to you, what I've been blessed with from the Creator in honor of our ancestors. And remember, we are the ancestors having a human experience. So we must keep the a connection with the spiritual ancestors to lead, guide, direct, and protect us along the way. But we have to give them a reason by honoring and representing them. So, family, all of us have something to offer. And once we share with each other what we have to offer, look at how big each one of us become, or all of us become. So why are we hating? Because everybody got something to offer. That's the reason why you're here. So a, let's fulfill our legacy or fulfill our purpose and create a righteous legacy that will be here for generations to come. Now, today is going to be another hot topic that we're going to talk about, that I'm going to share with you. And that topic is on knowledge. Woo! That's a huge one there. Knowledge. Because true knowledge comes from God's knowledge. But let's understand that we've been lied to. We've been given half-truths. They've been mixing it and flipping it on us. And true knowledge is knowing who you are. Because if you know who you are, you know who God is. We came directly from God. And all original people came from the Nile Valley, the Nile River, which runs north. Wow. Everything else goes south. So, and the soil is black, dark. So once God formulated that soil into man, a figure of man, and he breathed the breath or life or the soul in man. So that means that the black man, the African man, the man of African descent and woman, we are the original people. We had to come directly from God. So we are truly children of God. So we must get back to our reality by respecting knowledge. Because too long we have been sending our children out there in this world naked and defenseless before the world, and because they don't even know who they are. And we expect them to know that or give it to us by the enemy. If we're eagles, why would you allow a chicken or think a chicken going to teach you about who you are? When in fact, eagles eat chickens. Come on, family. Let's step it up. So let's get into what knowledge really is. And knowledge means facts, information, and skills that are acquired by a person through their experience and education, which is the theoretical and practical understanding of a subject. Now, the key to it is understanding. Above all thy getting, get understanding. The theoretical and the practical understanding of a subject. In other words, the awareness or familiarity of, or that's gained by experiences of a fact or a situation. So, family, we have to understand terminology. We have to get into etymology. We have to truly do that. But before we get into that, I would like to share with you that knowledge is defined as what you learn, what you understand, and what you are aware of. That's how you define knowledge. What you learn, what you understand, and what you are aware of. Now, where did this term come from? Knowledge. Let's look at a little bit of etymology here. I love that the root meaning of words or where they came from. So the root meaning of knowledge came from, this word knowledge came from the Greeks. The word gnosis, which starts with a G, Gnosis, which signifies what? It signifies knowing through observation and knowing through experiences. It signifies knowing through observation and experiences. And what have we observed and experienced all our lives? Nothing but hell. So therefore, we have to go back to the beginning, the root of things, to really see what was our original reality compared to where we are today. We went from heaven to hell quickly, and something happened along the way. So did we drop our guards? Did we take things for granted? Did we turn our backs on our Father, our Creator? Did we become rebellious and stiff-necked and think we know everything based on what we feel? Or do we know what we should know? And again, true knowledge is part of God's knowledge. But we've been given all these mixtures. You know, true knowledge don't need mixtures. It don't need sweetenings. It don't need seasoning. It is beautiful the way it is. So let's get into a little bit about this thing that we call knowledge. And again, we got to know where it came from, these Greeks. And don't forget now, these people like Socrates and Herodotus, you know, the ones who were the fathers of philosophy, the fathers of this, the fathers of that. Okay, well, when they took all that back to their people, they ran them out of there. They didn't want it. It was too deep for them. So where did Herodotus and Socrates get all of this from but the Egyptians, the Africans, the ones who are the original, the ones who originated knowledge, the ones who gave civilization to everything, the ones that God blessed to be able to call everything or name everything accordingly. We are the first man. If God breathed in us and we had a soul, then we were the first soul man. Don't forget, man means mind or thinker. We were the first thinkers. Everybody else came later. And some of the people got caught up into these cold climates, and their third eye, their pituitary gland, calcified, which it had no more function. And that's your third eye, your pituitary gland, gives you melanin. It gives you a reasoning. It gives you the ability to think, to figure things out, to grow, to search, to elevate, to transform. Most people fighting to stay the same, but we must grow and transform into our reality. And we're going to talk about that a little bit as we go along. But first of all, I'd like to share with you, which comes to mind, the 4 different types of knowledge. And the first type that comes to mind is factual knowledge. And factual knowledge is just basic information. Then you have conceptual knowledge. Conceptual knowledge comes from by way of your understanding. And then the third one is perceptual knowledge. Perceptual knowledge is specific skills and tasks. And the fourth type of knowledge is metacognitive knowledge. Metacognitive knowledge is basically what learners know about learning. What learners know about learning. In other words, your abilities to learn. So those are the four different types of knowledge: factual, conceptual, or procedural, and metacognitive. Also, what comes to mind is four sources of knowledge. And the first source is intuition. Intuition, it comes by way of understanding. Then you have authority, which is another source of knowledge, which is basically deals with your power to decide. The power to decide. The third one is rational induction. And rational induction deals with specific skills and tasks. Yes, specific skills and tasks. And the fourth one is empiricism. Empiricism deals with experiences. And these are the four sources of knowledge. I gave you four types of knowledge, and I gave you four sources of knowledge. So let me go back to correct something that I just said. Rational induction has something to do with coming to conclusion. The ability to come to conclusion. So with that in mind, family, there's a difference in knowledge and skills. And the difference is knowledge deals with information and facts. Skills deals with skills deals with experiences and education. So knowledge is facts and information, and skills comes by way of experiences and education. So there is a difference, but yet we need both. When you combine both of them, then that is true knowledge, or natural knowledge, or natural ways, which is God's ways. See, everything is connected. Everything is relative. So we need knowledge and we need skills. Again, knowledge is facts and information, and skills is experiences and education. So we must have all of that to be complete. That's balance. It balances each other. There's a marriage that's going on there. So that creates balance. Now, knowledge is the glue to certain things. What is knowledge the glue to? Knowledge is the glue to information and learning. There's a marriage going on there. Information and learning is what comes together to create knowledge. Knowledge is glue. It brings those two things together, which creates another level of balance. Learning and information. So what are we learning? What are we informed of? We're learning things that are not really us. And we're being taught by those who don't give a damn about us, who hate us, who's jealous of us, who's envious of us, who's really opposite of us. We are about life. We are about light. They are about darkness. They are about death. It is what it is, family. We have to understand differences. Those are the opposites on the same line. You got life and death on the same line. The key to it all is to get back to the middle. There's where the balance is. That's the purpose of the scale that we created of life. The balance is in the middle. But for so long, we're too much of this and too much of that. We got to be balanced. Get back to the middle. That's what India Reed used to sing. Get back to the middle. So, family, knowledge is a spiritual gift. And what do I mean by that? Knowledge is a spiritual gift from the spiritual one who gives the knowledge, and that's our Creator. So if knowledge is a spiritual gift, there is another spiritual gift that's related to knowledge. And what that gift is wisdom. Remember what God told Solomon, who was the most knowledgeable, the most wise person in that area? He said, above all thy getting, get understanding. We got to get understanding. See, understanding is two words, under and stand. Once you know or aware of what's under what is standing, such as the tree, what is under what is standing but the roots? Once you understand the roots, you understand the thing. Once you are aware of the roots, you understand the thing. So we got to get deep again. We got to get deep rooted. We got to be deep divers. But now we're shallow rooted and we're shallow divers. Anything that comes about it blows us all over the place. We got to get deep again. But guess what? Underneath is where we connect and we strengthen each other. All knowledge came from us. All awareness came from us. All civilization came from us. All divine things came from us. We are the original people. So since everybody agree on that, then why do we take that for granted? Why do we ignore that? Why do we undermine ourselves? Why are we swimming in the sea of ignorance? Of everybody's the same. No, everybody's not the same. People are people. Yeah, people are people, but they're different kinds of people. And everyone has its own purpose. And everybody look up to us. They're watching us. They're learning from us. Those people who came from those mountains and came down from the mountains, the first thing they said that these people are truly gods. Study your history. I don't have to exaggerate to tell the truth. The truth is what it is. So we must know the truth because only the truth can set you free. So we must be very informed based on facts. We must be very skillful based on experiences and education. Learning about ourselves, or who we are and whose we are, and what our purpose is for being here. Let us continue to man up, to woman up, to mind up, to own up. We have to intentionally do that. That's why we need each other. We got each other's backs. So, family, knowledge is a spiritual gift. Spiritual. Let us not undermine that. And the related spiritual gift is wisdom. But like God told Solomon, above all of that, get understanding. Know what's under all of that. Know where knowledge and wisdom came from. It came from understanding. It makes it relevant. So, family, once again, let me share with you some synonyms. See, everything has synonyms, which are words that are things that are similar. Some of the synonyms for good knowledge is wisdom, science, familiarity, intelligence, insight, abilities, and reasoning. The reason of things. See, when you find the reasons and the whys of things, there's where the understanding comes in. Because everything has a reason and a why, or it wouldn't exist. Don't keep saying, "Oh, I don't care," or "It doesn't matter." Everything matters. Everything that exists matters, and we must know its reason and the whys of the thing. Don't allow a person to ask you, "Well, why'd you do this?" "I don't know. I just did it." Don't even allow your children to say, "I don't know," because they do everything for a reason. But we must be more conscious of everything that we do, because a lot of things we do are unconscious, too many. And that's what gets us in trouble. That's why we have to always apologize, have a lot of resentments, regrets. So we must be intentional about everything we do and say. And that's personal. But if you got relationship, if we are connected, we got each other's backs. We are one. Each one teach one. So all of everything came from us, family. Man, isn't that something else? That's more than something else. We are the originators of everything because our Father created it and He said, "You name it." And it ain't nothing until you call it. That's why we got to be careful what we call things, because it's real to you and it can be kind of crazy. So make sure that you call it accordingly. Be aware of its existence and what its purpose is. So I just gave you synonyms of good knowledge: wisdom, science, familiarity, intelligence, insight, ability, and power. I don't think I added that one, but that's what it equals to: power. We are power. When everybody see us, they see power. That's why they're scared of us. They ain't gonna tell us that, but they are. They're afraid of us. That's why they work so hard to keep us down. Because we are their greatest enemy. But yet we are godly. That's why we share everything, but we took them for granted. And we dropped our guards. And we have to always be consciously aware of everything and everybody. So the most important knowledge, what is that? The most important knowledge, let me share it with you, is conscious knowledge, conscious awareness. And that's what we don't have, because we depend on the worldly people to develop our consciousness, to put things in our conscious that they want us to have, not what we should have. Everything starts at home. You know, mom is the culture scientist. Her responsibility is to relay our culture to the children, so they won't be naked and defenseless once they go out in this world. Because we go to these schools to teach us how to be damn fools. We're educated fools about somebody else's history and not ours. You think that the chicken's going to teach the eagles that they're eagles? I mean, they might be stupid, but they ain't that stupid, because they already know that eagles eat chickens. I say that many times. We are all that, family. We are. But something happens that turned us around, and that's why you see the results of it. We've been lied to, bamboozled. Everything has been flipped on us. And now we are frustrated. One thing about a frustrated person, they're going to make somebody else frustrated. A liar always lies to other people. Misery demands company. When you're frustrated, anything goes. And that's why you see the results of it. We refuse to transform. We refuse to metamorph. We refuse to change. We refuse to grow. We refuse to make adjustments. We refuse to move. It almost seems like at times that we have been taught to fight hard to stay the same. I ain't changing for nobody. I ain't got to listen to nobody. Okay. Well, you will. Trust me. So let us develop more love with respect for ourselves and one another. Because when you look in the mirror, you see the image and likeness of God. So let us understand our reality. Let us be knowledgeable about who we are and whose we are, and who they are, the enemy. But we into this God loves everybody. Whatever. I don't know what God you talking about. We're the only ones saying that. Why are we saying that? Isn't that maybe that's what got us in trouble? God loves everybody. No, you better be knowledgeable about their reality. Know their nature. A snake is a snake. But we keep on begging the snake, please stop being a snake and love me. A snake is a snake. So we must be knowledgeable about the nature of the snake so we'll know how to deal with it. That's what you call wisdom and understanding there. You got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what they gave us? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's out of order. That's the same as good, better, best. Sometimes your best is not good enough, so what you do? Do better. So better should be at the top. Just like wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No, it's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Family, don't let them school you. Don't let them fool you. Ignorance, life does not excuse ignorance, and a lot of times we curse ourselves through ignorance. We rely too much on outside people, worldly people, to teach us how to be spiritual. My thing is that old song that they used to sing, give me that old time religion. Why do they say that? Because it's good enough for me. That new stuff is not working. Look at the results. It is what it is. Now, again, the most important knowledge is conscious awareness, conscious knowledge. Why? Because you cannot apply what you don't know. We got to be more conscious. But the ones who are conscious are the ones to be made to feel that they're doing something wrong. Oh, you think you know it all. No, no one knows it all. But what I know is what I know. So therefore I know. Oh, you think you smart. Well, what you want me to be, dumb like you? So we got to step it up, family. You know, it's a miracle that we can laugh, but all laughs is not funny. But we are all that. See, we can keep things moving in the midst of the storm. We have those abilities. We do. So, knowledge has to be two things. Knowledge has to be renewed, and knowledge has to be maintained. See, the maintenance is more difficult than getting there. See, a lot of us have gotten where we want to go, but we don't stay. Why? Because we allow these outside forces to sabotage our efforts. We got to be more focused and more intentional. We have to be on a mission to fulfill the purpose. And that's why I want to share with you that the knowledge, the ultimate thing of knowledge is purpose and what? And meaning. Purpose and meaning is the ultimate of knowledge. And everybody must be about the purpose and the meaning and the meaning. Because some of us have special abilities. And what I mean by that is some of us have that special ability to make everything relevant. But we're the ones that's hated once again. We have to make everything relevant to our reality, to our purpose, to fulfill our purpose and to create a righteous legacy. Knowledge is a deep thing. I love knowledge. Why? Because natural knowledge is part of God's knowledge. Wow. So that means that I'm part of my Father. So I am my Father. If I'm a child of my Father, then I am. And when you look in the mirror, there it is. So family, special people have special abilities to make things relevant, like I said before. They are very balanced people. So in conclusions, family, knowledge of self is the number one knowledge. And when you know who you are, you know who God is. Tap into the presence and the power of God that's always there. And never allow anybody outside of you sabotage what's inside. Because there's nothing inside of you that is more important. There's nothing outside of you that is more important than what's within. We need to pass that on to our youth and stop blaming them for the way they are. They didn't come here that way. They ended up that way. So something happened along the way. And a lot of the adults had their hands in it. So there is such thing as redemption. We have to redeem ourselves so that we can turn this thing around. So who's going to step up to the plate? Who? I know I am. And that's why I do what I do. Go on YouTube and to my channel, and you find all kind of subject matters that is relevant. And push like and push subscribe. It's free. It'll just notify you every Saturday that there's a video that is ready to be viewed. And check it out for yourself. And you don't have to believe everything I say. I pray that I motivate, inspire, encourage you to go ahead on and do it yourself. Because there's no better blessing than self-effort. And prayerfully, I can motivate that. I can give you a lead way. So Sadiki means truthful. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not here to change anything. I'm here to fulfill it. So family, knowledge is the key to it all. Awareness deals with facts, information. and skills. So let's go ahead on and get ours. Thank you, family, for allowing me to enter into your home to share with you what I have been blessed with. And you don't even have to go through what I went through to get it. Let's be knowledge. Let's be wisdom. Let's be understanding, because we are. So let's do it together and have each other's backs. We got to be like the beehive. You mess with one of us, you got to deal with us all. And that's what they're scared of, the enemy. But we can do it, and some of us are doing it. But we need more members. So let's step it up, family. Be ye in this world, but not of it. Come from your human level to your godhood level. Family, I love you, I bless you, and I want you to prosper. Do your best and let God do the rest. You got to know when to hold and know when to fold. Stay strong and keep your faith where it belongs, because life is for the living. Stop putting death in your bodies and faking the funk as though it's going to do something for you. Or it's going to do something for you. It's going to take you up out of here, but you're going to suffer first. Bury the dead in the ground, not in your stomach. Like the animals and all of that. Don't bury that in your stomach. How can death promote life? Death is death. Life is life. Let the food from the tree be your meat, not the animal. Let the herbs from the fields be the healing of the nation, not these chemicals that the drug dealers giving us that don't even look like us. And some of them do, but they're Oreos. They're house Negroes. They have been bought. They have been handpicked. So let's get our communities back. Common unity. That's what we need. And until then, the same thing is going to continue. We have to be on one accord. So family, I love you. I bless you. And I want you to prosper. Happy new journey. Hotep, Baraka, and peace. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye, your servant. Love with respect. Till the next time.